Hey, podcast listeners, it's Leah coming to you with another Roundtable replay. So, we're in January and we're in the throes of thinking about our resolutions for 2019, setting our intention about how we want to live that joyful, purposeful, meaningful, all of those full adjectives type lives. So, to support you in setting your intentions, I'm going to recommend a podcast called The Good Life Project. This was a podcast that ran from 2015 to 2018. You can access all of the episodes, and they really are great. But the one in particular that I'm recommending is an interview with Dave Evans, who is a professor from Stanford who teaches a course on design thinking as applied to your life. So Dave has an interesting story to tell. It's definitely worth the listen to hear his full story. But he was employee number 2, I believe, at Apple, and at the time they developed a design thinking methodology that resulted in things like the iPhone and the iPad and all of the devices that we know and love or curse in our day-to-day lives. And the approach that they took was one of radical collaboration, a bias toward action, creating small pilots and tests, and continuing to iterate on the successes from those small pilots and tests. So those concepts he and his partner Bill Burnett turned into a course, which they've taught for about 10 years at Stanford, and that then became a book called Designing Your Life. Definitely worth the read and the listen as you're thinking through and wondering, how can I actually turn those great intentions into pragmatic and real actions? So there are some good tools in the book, some good inspiration in the podcast. And interestingly enough, we have also reviewed the book on our Roundtable What We're Reading blog. So we'll provide a link so you can get a quick snapshot of what you might find in there. But the idea in the book essentially is creating some tests and some approaches that you can take to move the needle, move the dial on those small changes within your life to build that well-thought, well-intentioned, bigger life, which is what I hope everyone enjoys over 2019. I'll be coming to you in the coming weeks again with another Roundtable replay, but for now, happy listening.